What's going on, guys? So this is going to be part 5 of the LR-308 project build. As you guys saw in part 4, this thing's pretty much ready to go. It's complete as far as shootability. It's shoot ready. I still haven't taken this out to the range yet. I'm going to do that on Saturday and hopefully come back with part 6 with a range report. I actually ended up getting a shipment that I was supposed to get on Saturday. I was waiting for the shipment to come on Saturday, and as soon as I got this, I was going to run to the range. Waiting on another shipment. I actually got I actually got 1,000 rounds of 168 AMAXs to start loading up. So I got those. I got some primers I got to pick up next week. But all I really needed was the bullets. I have the rest of the components, and I'm still waiting on a couple small parts like a scope bubble, and there's something else I ordered. I can't remember what it was. But pretty much my main thing that I was waiting on to fully be ready to say this thing's ready to go is the scope mount, which I actually got in today. Again, it wasn't supposed to be here until Saturday, but it ended up coming early. I'll go ahead and give you guys a look. It's a ADM, American Defense Manufacturing, 30mm Recon Mount, the 20 MOA base with the extension to go ahead and put this over the rail to give me proper eye relief. As you can tell, it hasn't been opened yet. I just got it today. I'll go ahead and open it up. And I know because a lot of gun guys are knife guys, it's an Ontario Rat 1. Not really my EDC. I don't every day carry a knife, but when I need to use a knife, this is usually what it is. Again, Ontario Rat 1, great knife, only like 30 bucks. Don't mind beating it up. But I'll go ahead and open it up. It's not really going to be an amazing unboxing. I just kind of want to show you guys what I got going on and keep you guys updated. So, go ahead and open it up. Again, it's the 30mm Recon Mount. It's the one-piece quick detach. It's actually measured at a 1.47 centerline, scope centerline, off of the rail, the top of the rail where the LaRue is actually, I believe it's a 1.5. So this will allow me to get a better cheek weld, slightly better. It's still a little high for my liking, but it's a solid mount. I saw great reviews about it. Wanted to try it out. What else comes with it is they give you some Loctite for the rings and caps. That way it stays in there good. It's red. I'm not a fan of red Loctite. I don't like things being permanent. I like blue or green, but I prefer blue. Comes with some quick instructions, kind of self-explanatory for the mount, and it comes with the Allen key for the scope rings. The reason why I actually ended up going with the ADM mount, I was actually going to wait, and I've been doing a lot of searching. I was going to go with the Sea Kings low, or Sea Kings low rings with the Badger Ordnance 20 MOA rail mount. It's pretty much a rail that clips onto your rail with a 20 MOA cant, and then you get the Sea Kings low rings, and it's supposed to give you about a 1 off of the top of the rail. I believe it's like a 1.35 scope centerline. Again, this one's a 1.47. It's around the LaRue, which is a 1.5. A little high for my liking. A lot of people don't know why one-piece mounts are actually set that high. The reasoning for such a high scope centerline is because 1.5 is the standard for night vision for the military. So I don't know a lot of people that shoot with night vision, but it's just it's not a solid cheek weld. It's still a pretty decent cheek weld for me, but the reason again why I went with the ADM mount, it's a great return to zero mount. I've seen a lot of good things about it. I wanted to try it out, but the main reason why I ended up going with them instead of LaRue is because I am going to get another mount. This one's just to get this ready and allow me to shoot it and kind of let me play with it a little bit. But again, the reason why I went with them is because I actually called ADM to special order a mount because they do have special order options. And I was talking to the guy on the phone, and he was asking me what I was looking for, and I kind of explained to him that the cheek weld is a little too high for the extended. Again, I need the extended where it shoots out and pushes the scope forward over the rail. That way I'm not mounted on the rail and don't get a really good, I'm going to take this out so you guys can look at it, but I don't need this mounted on the rail because that just ruins your zero, because rails, obviously, unless you have a monolithic, which I do not. They have a difference between the receiver, so pretty much your gun's going to be way off with the 0 and the tracking and stuff like that. But I ended up calling them and I told them I need to special order pretty much this, but with a lower scope centerline. I needed to have a quick detach. I needed to have a lower than this one actually. I need it to have about 1.2 to 1.3 centerline of scope. I need it to be a one-piece quick detach, and I need it to be extended. And the problem where a lot of scope mounts that have all the options that I needed, it needs to be a 20 MOA as well to shoot long range. And I was telling ADM on the phone that's actually what I needed, and they not only were interested in it, but to give me the special order, but they actually said that that's such a good idea, and they were actually into that, and they're actually looking to do new things, that he would send it to his design team and see if they can make that part of their product line. So in about a week, I have to email him the specs that I'm looking for, and we're going to have a discussion on that. So just from that alone, and to see that they're looking to make progress and they're not just set with the products they have, and they're trying to make the best products for people and make their customers happy and kind of stay ahead of the market, that they're actually going to try and make that mount. So the way I saw it was, that's a great company. They have a great product, obviously. I see a lot of good people, or a lot of people saying a lot of good things about them. So obviously I want to give them business. So I went with their standard extended scope, and then once they come out with that that lower scope, I'm going to end up going with that. Again, it's just a great business aspect. I just wanted to give them the extra business buying the standard mount instead of going with LaRue. And then a lot of people like ADM, because again, it's a quality scope mount, so I won't have any problem reselling it. That's enough of the mount, really. I'm not going to mount this on camera. I got to do a bunch of leveling and stuff like that. Kind of boring, kind of hard to do on camera, and this doesn't need to be like a 90-minute video. But again, I got the SWFA SS line scope with the front focal plane, the tactical turrets, and pretty much their 42mm objective lens. With the, I got the Butler Creek caps on there right now. So, I'll give you guys. It's actually really clean glass. The reason why I went with this is because, as for what I was looking, I need an accurate scope. SWFA has by far the best reputation for tracking and adjustment with their knobs. They have a great reputation for good glass and just a solid scope. They're just, for the money, they're just great. This is about a $700 scope. I paid about $300 more than the second focal plane for the first focal plane. You guys can look into that. It's going to take a while to explain that, but this is a first focal plane scope. Again, it's just a 3-15. There's not really much I can go over it. If you guys want, there's I'll go ahead and leave a link, or I'll just put it in the window right here. Another YouTube channel actually goes into great detail and has a great YouTube channel and goes over the scope, the pros and cons, and just gives a great review. I actually agree with a lot of it, so go ahead and check that out. Again, I'll put a link in the description, and then I'll go ahead and put the bubble window over it. But as far as everything else, this is pretty much done. I'll probably have a shoot video on Saturday, and hopefully part 6 I'll have out by Monday. So that's going to be it. I'm going to go ahead and mount this up, go and level it out, get everything set up, and then I'll go ahead and turn the camera back on and show you guys where I'm at. So, give me a sec. Alright, well there you guys go. There's the Mark 11 M110 SPR build that I ended up doing. That's pretty much going to be it. Again, I'm probably going to come out with a part 6 and show you guys the range update and kind of go see how it goes. I don't think this is going to go flawless. I'm pretty sure there's something that's going to happen. Let me show you guys the mount and scope, which is pretty much the only difference in this video from the last ones. Again, it's an ADM mount. It's the quick detach. Cool thing about this is kind of like LaRue. They have the, you can't just take these off. They have the pod locks on there. So what you have to do is you actually have to depress that to take that off. I'm not going to do it on camera. These are pretty hard to take off. They're pretty solid. They're on there pretty good. It takes a good bit of force, which is good for a zero return mount. Again, it's a SWFA scope. It's the 3-15. I figured that would be a perfect magnification range. 3 would be good for a semi-automatic, and then 15 is plenty for about 1,000 yards, and I guess a little bit farther, but 1,000 yards is about where I'm aiming to go with this one. Again, it's a 308. I think it looks pretty dope. Go ahead and set it down for you guys to get a good look at. It's a pretty sexy looking rifle, I'm not gonna lie. It looks a lot better with the scope mounted on there. Again, I'm waiting on the AMAXs to come in, which should be here tomorrow. And then I got the scope bubble, and I got another Harris bipod coming in, because this one I actually stole from my 700 just to make the video, so you guys can get a look at what it's gonna look like. But I have a 6 to 9 swivel bipod coming in for this, so I can throw that back on the 700. But that's pretty much going to be about it. These do need to be torqued down to about 20 foot-pounds, which is the actual scope rings, the rings itself. The Recon Mount has its own, not leveling system, but it's got its own system on here. Let me see if I can zoom in and kind of show you guys. But there's a little bar. You guys probably can't see. Let me zoom in. See if you guys can see right there. See if I can focus. Right about there, you guys can see a little circle. You got the 2 screws, and then in there is a solid little rod that they have to line up the scope. What you got to do is when you install this, you actually have to say, or it says in the instructions that you have to put this rod side on, and then tighten the 2 bottom screws, and then tighten these a little bit, and then adjust your scope level, and then make the modification, or make the level of the scope, and then tighten the top ones last. So again, because this has its own alignment system, you have to tighten these 2 all the way, and then adjust your scope to make it level with the rifle, and then go ahead and tighten the last 2 on the top for both rings, and then you're set to go. The other thing about ADM is pretty cool. They have, just like LaRue, they got a small little logo on there. Nothing too crazy. It's kind of sleek, but still stylish enough to have something going on. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint this in yet. I was thinking of painting in the fire and safe controls and then the JD logo. I'm not sure. I'm going to see how that looks. I don't want it to be too tactical, but I've seen some pictures of people that painted their stuff, and I think it might look kind of cool, kind of accented a little bit. But yeah, you guys are pretty much looking at the final product. Kind of like it better this way. Looks better. But that's pretty much going to be about it. Again, I got the Harris bipod. I got an eBay Harris mount. I have the JP Cooley muzzle brake. I got the Mega Arms 1 in 10 18-inch barrel with the mid-length gas system. I have the Troy MRF 308 rail with a high profile. I got the Knights Armament official rail covers and pistol grip. I have the JD Machine gas block and tube, or gas tube. I have the JD Machine matching billet upper and lower. I got the 20 round PMags, CMMG standard lower parts kit. I got the CMMG bolt carrier group with a DPMS A2 buffer tube with a carbine spring in it. Kind of did a little modification myself. Got the ADM American Defense one-piece Recon Mount, and the SWFA 3 through 15 milled out reticle front focal plane scope. And that's pretty much gonna be the rifle. So again, I'll be checking in with part 6. Oh, and then I got the Bravo, I think it's the Mark 3 or Mod 3 battle charging handle. So that's gonna be it, guys.